Sasha Colby. This video could end here, but I just like to explain what I think and talk about each queen as well. Season 15 has been a season where coming in second seems to be the most debated and fought over than actually winning, and I feel like this is going to be the same discourse going into the final. Now, I'm writing and recording this before reading the alleged final tea, so I don't know the top two nor the outcome of what happened, and I don't know if it will be a lip sync for the crown or an individual performances like last season. But with a positive reception to the individual performances of last season and everyone constantly saying how much they dislike the lip sync for the crown, I can safely assume that it will be the former. Let's start with Sasha Colby. When she was announced as a contestant, it was a big deal. A Miss Continental and one of the biggest names in the drag scene who was revered by so many.
And I am your favorite drag queen's favorite drag queen.
And she was right. Many pinpointed her as a frontrunner and the pick to win throughout the season. She not only lived up to expectations, but also absolutely exceeded them, winning 4 challenges in various areas such as sewing, design, comedy, interviewing, writing and performing. And even then, she had done great throughout with a lot of high performances. The only step up she had was in the comedy pairs, but even then it wasn't even that bad. The running joke of season 15 being the Sasha Colby meet and greet holds up, as the other queens were in awe of her, with some saying that after they won or something, they'd be as good as Sasha Colby. And in the past episode, the remix and the final runway, the way Rupaul talked to Sasha was like from a peer to peer, and recognised her importance and presence in the competition and the community. But it didn't feel like we'll give you your flowers now as a professional, but there's no way you're winning, like they do with other queens. It felt like a true push that Sasha is the winner of the season. Really, it's her crown to lose in my opinion, and she can easily do well in both the lip sync for the crown or individual performances. She has the fan support, and only something absolutely heinous would have to happen in the final, like her messing up so bad, for her to have no shot at the crown. I think it was her season to win from the start, and the only thing she had to do is to do well in the competition for it to be secured, and Sasha went above and beyond. Now, the fight for second place. Like I said, the main running theme of the season. Firstly, I think these queens do have a chance of winning, and if they did, it would all be deserved, as they are all amazing, charismatic, and have made the season so enjoyable. You should be sending love to all of them. Starting with Anitra, in my opinion, she has the second best chance of winning, as her fans support rival Sasha's, and she has probably the most viral moments this season with her performances. Being the first one to win a challenge, her talent show is literally still talked about and beloved, and I'm pretty sure it will go down as one of the best in the franchise. The catchphrase, "you better walk that fucking duck," is everywhere and all over the season, and despite having little to no screen presence at all for the majority of the first half of the season, that alone kept her name in the game. The Lollapalooza was her first kind of slip up, with her lip syncing 3 times and being the bottom a lot, despite still bringing incredible performances, especially the one against Sasha. And then winning back to back on the Rupaul and Makeover, 2 staples of the show, brought her back up to front runner territory, and Michelle Visage saying like her Rupaul performance was like one of her favourites ever, like in the series. That definitely gave her a lot of momentum. And oh yeah, that lip sync when she demolished Marsha. Fair to say that going into the final, Anitra has great fan support and momentum, and I think she has the best chance of being the runner-up. Lux Noir London is an absolute icon, and someone I have been following a year or 2 before she was announced for season 15. This queen was born to do drag, and her openness, proudness and confidence this season has been an absolute joy each week. You can tell that Lux was just ready to do Drag Race and just knew how to handle every challenge thrown at her. Her win for the design challenge is one of the strongest this season, and her double win with Lucy for the comedy challenge was deserved as well. She has done absolutely well in all challenges that she didn't win, with the Makeover being her only slip up. I can definitely see Lux do well in the final, but her lack of fan support is what is probably holding her back, which is not her fault at all. It's just entirely due to the fans' racism and microaggressions towards Lux, which has basically become a hate campaign at this point. Many have seen a confident black queen not stumble and be cocky and proud of herself throughout the competition, and for some reason it has hit a nerve with many fans, and she's receiving so much unwarranted hate because of that. Not to mention that her and the favourite white queens of the season have got into some drama, putting that loosely because it really wasn't, but unfortunately in the Drag Race fandom, if a queen of colour ever gets into a fight with a fan favourite white queen, the racism and microaggressions are endless, and a lot of fans and some queens love turning a blind eye to it. Another thing is that if it was a white queen who acted like Lux, they'd be praised and have all the fans' support, but because Lux is black, there is always going to be a bias, and it's a shame and it's fucking disgusting, because Lux should not have her run on Drag Race and her chances for the crown be ruined because of the racist fans. But because she doesn't have the fan support, and even if she has the best performances on the final, I just don't think she will make it to the final soon, and that sucks because she has been one of the best and most entertaining queens this season. Please send her some love. Mistress Isabelle is is an absolute icon. Her old school southern glamour drag is something that Drag Race really needed again, and her ability to never hold back her thoughts and opinion is what drag is what drag queens are like in the dressing room and the main staple of drag culture. I love her shady remarks towards queens because it was funny and entertaining and played up that way as well. But again, when the shade wasn't received well by other queens, but Mistress didn't really care because of the competition, fans started this weird rhetoric of calling her a bully and again being microaggressive towards Mistress. Again, big queens of colour are truly treated so unfairly in this fandom, so if you do or say something the fandom doesn't like, especially towards their white faves, people will switch up on you like that, which I really hope doesn't affect her in the final. Despite only having one win for Daytona Wins Part 2, it feels like Mistress has more due to how well she has been doing in this competition, and she's felt like a front runner since the start. She has really done so well in this competition, bringing it every week and making sure she's always the main character of the season, and she is so good. I think she will do amazing in the final, and it would be great to see her in the top 2, but honestly I don't know. I love all these queens so much, and any of them would make a great top 2 or top 3. This top 4 is iconic and all bring so much great qualities to drag. I think either way, whether it's a lip sync for the crown or individual performances, I personally think the top 2 will be Anitra and Sasha Colby because they are great performers and they have the most fan support out of the 4. I still think there is a chance for Luxx and Mistress to be the top 2 as they can bring it to performances and lip syncs. Like, this top 4 is probably one of the best finalists for lip syncing ever, but really the main spot that's being fought over is runner up the whole season, because to conclude, Sasha Colby is the winner of the season and my winner of the season. I just felt that from the start, ever since she was announced, and the fact that she's gone above and beyond throughout the season has kind of stapled it. And again, only her messing up so bad in the final will literally cost her the crown, because if she gets out of top 2, no doubt I feel like she's winning. But I can't wait to see what all the queens on the season, the top 4, do next, because this season has been great.